It's the final of the BCA 2020 Cup competition between Group A winners BWU Gladiola and Group B winners Wanderers on the Nation News Network, and it has attracted a large and colourful crowd to Kensington Oval. For Gladiola, it will be the first T20 Cup final for them, and the outfit from Rices in St. Philip will depend on a number of experienced players, including internationals Ashley Nurse and Miguel Cummins, to pull them through. For Wanderers, it will be the second T20 Cup final for them, and the Darrows Road side will be looking to overcome the loss of 3 internationals and will place their unbeaten record in this year's competition on the table. This is the pitch for the match. There should be no complaints from the two teams. It looks hard and true, and an excellent platform for such a big occasion. Now let's join TV commentator Hendy Wallace for the toss.
We have the two captains. We have Javon Searles from Gladiola and Diego Stewart from Wanderers. Our match referee today is Jerry Thomas. Javon has the coin.
Heads.
Heads is the call.
That's it.
It's a heads.
Yeah,
Diego, you've won the toss. What are you going to do?
Yes, we want to go first.
What would have prompted that decision? It's a lovely day, sun shining. What prompted your decision?
Yeah, it looks like a very good wicket. I think it will hold up back in second.
And what do you hope to be restricting the Gladiola side to? What do you consider par score here at Kensington?
I mean, it's a big outfield. I think about 120, 130 would be a good total that we can beat them.
Well, you've had some changes with your international players heading off for international duty. How does that put a bit more pressure on the Wanderers lineup?
We have a strong bench. Evers came in for the semi-final game, so he's very experienced also. So we have a very strong unit that we obviously go to in the game.
Well, thank you very much. Go well. Good luck. Javon, here for Gladiola. You've lost the toss. What would you have done had you won the toss?
I don't know. Batting first today. We decided that we would look to put runs on the board, and that would give some scoreboard pressure. It's a big occasion. Hopefully, this will work out for us now.
You've defended well so far in the tournament. But your ground at home, 3s and 4s. What's the significant difference coming to Kensington today?
Yeah, obviously it's a lot bigger and stuff, but we decided today that we've got to work with some more 1s and more 2s and run hard and push the guys in the border and stuff like that today. So hopefully it works out for us today.
Well, Wanderers have lost some of their international players, but you've retained the likes of Ashley Nurse. I believe Miguel Cummins is still with you.
Yes, those 2 senior players are still in with us, but we have a change today. We have young Shane Watson, he's injured, so we're going to give Martin Nurse the gloves today and put back in the boat and missed out from the previous game.
All right, well, good luck. Thank you very much. Gentlemen, so you've heard it there. Wanderers have won the toss and they've decided to bowl first.
Reserve umpire Kareem Tate rings the bell to signify it's time to get the show on the road. Umpires Dave Thompson and Kevin Sisnett make their way out to the middle. They are soon followed by the men in red and gold, the Wanderers side led by Stewart, whose father Ezra is the sports editor at the Nation newspaper, and the Gladiola opening pair of Kadeem Aline in the maroon helmet and Kofi Phillips in the blue helmet. It's the first over. Jordan Niles to Aline, the first official ball of the match, and the lanky opener smashes it away for the first boundary of the match. Same over. Niles to Aline again. Not the most convincing stroke, but he gets his second boundary of the over, and that's how he plays. Second over. Leg spinner Nikolai Charles to Phillips. He narrowly escapes a chance to slip fielder Jason Green, but failed to respond to a call for a single, and Aline is run out backing up too far by Niles' direct hit at the bowler's end. Aline departs for 16, and Gladiola are 19 for 1. Third over. Niles to Phillips. He swings, but Kurt Edwards at fine leg comes up with a fine catch. The opener goes for 2. Gladiola now 24 for 2. Fourth over. Jaron McAllister to Martin Nurse. Not a convincing shot, but the ball sails away for the first 6 of the match. Next ball. McAllister to Nurse again. The pacer tries to be aggressive, and Nurse responds this time with a more commanding stroke for his second straight 6. Fifth over. Roshan Primus to Nurse. Wrong line, wrong length, and that is meat and drink all day, every day for Nurse. another 4. Prime Minister Ronaldo Brathwaite. Bad ball. Wrong line. And the diminutive batsman puts it away for 6. That brought up the 50 for Gladiola. They've started well. 6th over. Ian Boyce to Brathwaite. Lovely shot. Well timed. Well played. Well placed. That's 4. That's the end of the power play. Gladiola are 57 for 2 after the 6th over, and they are sitting pretty. Over number 7. Kirk Edwards bowling. And Nurse dispatches him with disdain for 6. It's his 3rd maximum. Boyce bowling around the wicket to Nurse. And that's a shot which has become in vogue in T20 cricket. The reverse sweep for 4. Edwards to continue. And Nurse, trying to go for power rather than finesse, is caught up backward point by Primus for 33. And Gladiola are 76 for 3 in the 9th over. A partnership of 52 for the 3rd wicket coming to an end. Devon Phillips replaces Martin Nurse. And he gets off the mark immediately with this streaky shot off Edwards. He gets a boundary. At the halfway stage, Gladiola are 83 for 3, well poised for takeoff, but the second half of the innings has proven to be problematic for them in the group stage. Edwards to Brathwaite. He swings. Ball in the air. Fielder settles under it. And he's dropped. Rashawn Williams puts down a skyer for Brathwaite on 25. How crucial will this be? Williams with a chance to redeem himself next over. Phillips goes for the big hit. Where does it go? Stewart comes around from extra cover and takes the catch. And Phillips goes for 10. Gladiola 101 for 4 in the 14th over. Williams to Brathwaite. Bad ball. And the batsman swings it away for another maximum 6. 2 balls later. Charles to Ashley Nurse. Bang! That's another maximum. And Gladiola continue to mete out the punishment. 5 overs remain. Gladiola 126 for 4. It's well set up for them to go hard in the last phase of the innings. McAllister's back, and he's bowling to Ashley Nurse. Can't bowl it there, son. A bit too short, and Nurse helps himself to another boundary. Niles back into the attack, and he bowls to Nurse. Wow, what a shot! Nurse moves across the line and helps himself to another boundary. Niles bowling to Nurse again. Overpitched this time, and Nurse repeats the shot. He gets another boundary into the leg side. Charles this time to Nurse. Good, firm, positive shot from the whipping boy, charging the leg spinner and clearing long on for 6. That maximum brought up the 50 partnership between Nurse and Brathwaite, and Gladiola charged to a confident finish. Charles bowls to Brathwaite. He edges. You call that an educated edge, and the ball runs away to the boundary. And that's 50 for Ronaldo Brathwaite. A fine innings. Cheers from the fans. And congratulations from Nurse. There are the stats. 51 from 39 balls with 2 4s and 3 6s. Next ball. Charles to Brathwaite. The batsman tries to steer the ball away. There's an appeal for caught behind. And he's gone. Brathwaite departs of 51. What an important innings it has been. Giving Gladiola a strong base, they are now 156 for 5 in the 18th over. Primus is back for the 19th over. He bowls to Nurse. Uh-oh, your humble camera operator may be in some trouble here. Not quite, but it's another 6 for Nurse. Final ball of the innings. McAllister to Searles. He does not get a hold of it well, and they will get just 1 to bring the innings to a close. Some fine batting from the Gladiola side to give themselves a strong chance. There's the final total. Gladiola reached 172 for 5 from their allocation of 20 overs, highlighted by that half-century from Ronaldo Brathwaite. No Wanderers bowler taking more than 1 wicket. A good crowd in the lower level of the 3W stand to watch the match. One of the best crowds at a local final for a long time. These 2 horn blowers have helped to keep the atmosphere in the ground lively throughout the contest. And these ladies came out to show their support for the whipping boys of Gladiola. This is the target for Wanderers, 173 from 20 overs. It's a tall order, but they have a couple of batsmen such as Kirk Edwards, Rashawn Primus, and Jason Green that if they get going, it will be a treat. Umpires Thompson and Sisnet are out. Time for the whipping boys, as Gladiola called themselves, to take the field. And the Wanderers openers, Jason Green and Rashawn Williams, make their way out to the middle. First ball of the second over. Jamar Trotman to Williams. And it's a gift. A wide full toss, and the batsman puts it away for a maximum. Same over. Trotman to Williams. A loose drive and a chance for a catch, but the fielder can't hold on, and to add insult to injury, the ball rolls into the boundary for 4. Tough chance. Fourth over. Trotman to Williams. That's a lollipop. And Williams cashes in. He gets his second maximum and a shaky start from the typically unflappable Trotman. Trotman to Williams again. Loose ball. And the batsman climbs into it. Another fine shot from Williams for his second boundary. Kadeem Ali to bowl to Jason Green now. Loose delivery down the leg side. Martin Nurse keeping wicket can't stop it. And that's 5 wides. Ali to Green now. He's wrapped on the pad. Appeal for LBW. And he's gone. Green goes for 3. Wanderers are 33 for 1 in the 6th over. At the end of the power play, Wanderers are 36 for 1. They will have to get a move on to be able to challenge the big target. Demario Goodman now to Williams. Bold. What a fine delivery. Completely bamboozled him. And Williams departs for 23. Wanderers 37 for 2 in the 7th over. 2 balls later. Goodman to Jonathan Drakes. Bold. Another mystery delivery. And the batsman failed to read it. And Wanderers stumble to 38 for 3 after 7 overs. Goodman to Kirk Edwards. Beaten and bold. The left arm spinner takes the prize scalp of Edwards for 1. And Wanderers are in deep trouble on 44 for 4 in the 9th over. Goodman to Diego Stewart. What a fine shot. Wrong line and length from the spinner. And Stewart capitalizes for his first boundary. Ashley Nurse to Rashawn Primus. Big hit. That's a maximum. No doubt about it from the time you heard Leather striking Willow. Next ball. Nurse bowls too short to Primus. And it's put away for a boundary through the leg side. Wanderers will need plenty more of this to win. Next over. Goodman to Primus. And it sounds like a shot out of a gun. Primus goes big for another 6. A partnership building between Primus and Stewart, looking to get Wanderers firmly on track for victory. Over number 14. Ashley Nurse to Primus. Another big hit for 6. Wanderers looking to build momentum here. Corey Miller bowls to Primus. The batsman looks for the big shot again, but the bounces his undoing, and Miller takes the return catch, and Primus departs for 39. Wanderers 94 for 5. They still need 79 from the final 30 balls. Over number 17. Miller to Ian Boyce. The ball is in the air, and Ashley Nurse takes the catch. Miller gets his second wicket, and Boyce goes for 2. Wanderers 101 for 6, still needs 72 from 23 balls. Fast forward to the final over. Aline to Nikolai Charles. And he's bowled him. Deceived by a slow ball, and he's out for 14. Wanderers are 131 for 7. 5 balls remain, and they have no chance. These guys are not fat ladies, but they are chanting, knowing that it will soon be all over for Wanderers. Last ball of the match. Ali to Sylvester Moore. He punches into the offside to bring the match to a tame close. Wanderers are beaten in a T20 final again, and Gladiola are the BCA T20 Cup champions. Presentation time now. A big cheer goes up for player of the match Ronaldo Brathwaite for his fine half-century that set up Gladiola for their big total. He gets his award from the Chief Justice of Barbados and long-standing BCA legal advisor Pat Cheltenham. Diego Stewart led the Wanderers players to receive their silver medals from BCA Vice President Calvin Hope.
I'm very disappointed. I thought that we played good cricket coming into the final. We went in all the games in the prelim and stuff. So losing the final is very hard on the guys. I thought that we put in a lot of effort, working days every day, catching and stuff, and the catching let us down today.
How big of an impact was it losing three of your senior pros? Your captain for most of the season, Craig Braffett. You also lost Shane Mosley, as well as Raymond Reef, who played a couple of games. How much of an impact was that on the team today?
Yeah, obviously it would be an impact. Playing with the West Indies guys, obviously they have a lot of experience. I think Mosley scored runs in the quarterfinals. Craig normally opens the bowling and bowls very tight, so obviously it got changed. We had to change our plans and strategies accordingly. But I thought that the replacement guys, I thought that they could have filled the boots accordingly.
What do you think was the key reason for not being able to get over the finish line today?
Yeah. A couple of the guys in the first final, playing the first final and stuff, a lot of nerves, So it's just a learning curve for those guys. I think that we bowled a lot of boundary balls today, We weren't able to restrict, put some pressure on the batting team as we would like. So that obviously that's for the big total.
Pitch conditions, what did you thought about the pitch today?
Yeah, it was a good wicket. I thought that we could obviously bat second. The wicket actually hold up, as you could see in the back end there. Batting second, chased the total, but 170, 180 is a big ask. At Kensington, is a bigger ground and stuff, but we didn't start too well also.
You think, on second thought, maybe the decision to field first, you might have had a second thought about that?
The guys always, you could say so. Looking back at it, you could say, well, you could bat first. If you want, you could say that's a good decision. But coming into the game, we chased and we did well chasing. It's just a matter of executing the plans that we had, and we did a great job today executing.
Wanderers has been doing pretty well in the limited overs form of the game, and even saw in the 3-day competition over the last few years. What has been happening at the club? There seems to be a bit of a revival going on there. Yeah,
we have a lot of young enthusiastic guys, coming to the floor. Obviously, we have the West Indies players, a lot of West Indies, first class players. We have Rashawn Perner, who's a very good T20 cricketer around us. We believe that we play a different brand of cricket compared to the former Wanderers cricketers. We play aggressive, but as I said before, we are just one short. Yeah, we're just short this time around.
Javon Searles led the Gladiola players to receive their gold medals from BCA President Conde Riley. Searles has played a lot of T20 cricket in the Caribbean Premier League and also had a stint in the Indian Premier League and has brought his experience to bear. But this is a moment he will probably never forget, receiving the BCA T20 Cup from Conde Riley. It's a proud moment for Gladiola. They are the BCA T20 champions.
The guys are very, very grateful for this. We set out from the beginning. We know that we wanted to reach the finals, and it's good that it's finally over and we have come out victorious.
What do you think was the key reason for your success throughout this season? You played consistently well, only lost one game, and then you came today, and this was the crowning glory.
For me, I think the bowling stood out throughout the tournament. We were always able to put like 140 on the board, and we were comfortable with that. So coming in the finals and getting a total like 170 plus on a bigger occasion, with scoreboard pressure and stuff like that, we thought we had it in the bag.
You thought you were surprised that that Wanderers won the toss and batted today? I'm sorry, I put you all in today?
Not really. I think they rely on their batting, so I think their batting is better than their bowling, so I figured that was the reason they chased, but probably they didn't look for us to get such a big total on the board.
Pitch conditions, how would you describe them today?
It was a typical Kensington wicket, a bit of grass and bumps and stuff like that, so it was good that the intent was up in the first 6 overs, strike rate up, scoring like 10 runs over and stuff like that, and having a total like that on the board, Miguel could just run in and hit his traps.
As I said, how special is this for the club to have won this title this year, in the backdrop of COVID and everything else? How important is this for your club to win this title?
I think it's very, very important. Miss Nurse, at the quarterfinal stage, we had a team meeting and she was like, we always get knockout quarterfinal stage and stuff like that, but Kadeem got up and said, it's the year 2020 and funny things have happened this year, so it's good to come out on top.
And you bring in all of your experience playing around the world in T20 leagues. You've got people like Ashley Nurse and others, Martin Nurse. You had Hayden Walsh Jr., the West Indies player, for a bit of a period. Talk to us about the players who this season you really felt excelled for you in terms of really putting you in this final and take you to the title.
Yeah, it was good to have those experienced guys around. When you get in a tough situation, you could always feed off of them and stuff like that. And we had Coach Roddy Estate for a couple of games. He put in his input. But I think throughout the season, it was good that the youngsters stood up. We had a young guy by the name of Tariq World. He had the most wickets, but the senior pro came back, Miguel Cummins, so he had to sit down, not due to bad performances or anything like that. We had Slick Rick, Jamar Trotman, bowling well for us, taking wickets, him and Tuki. So the younger guys really did it for us as well with some of the experienced guys.
So BWU Gladiola become the BCA 2020 Cup champions for the first time. For the second time, Wanderers miss out on clinching the title. Gladiola sent into bat, smashed 57 runs in the power play, and proceeded to post a total of 172 for 5 off their allocation of 20 overs. Their innings were set up by Ronaldo Brathwaite, whose 51 off 40 balls included 2 4s and 3 6s. It was his third half century in 5 matches and earned him the Player of the Match award. Wanderers huffed and puffed, but eventually had their flame blown out at 136 for 7 off 20 overs. Demario Goodman was the bowling hero for Gladiola, taking 3 for 19 from his allotted 4 overs. We'll be back at Kensington Oval next Saturday on the Nation News Network for the final of the BCA T20 Shield for intermediate sides. That features Crane Resort, St. Catherine and Boscobel, and it starts at 1 in the afternoon. Before we wrap, we take a look again at that group of guys in the 3W stand celebrating after Gladiola won the BCA T20 Cup. And we remind you to visit our website, nationnews.com, and all Nation News social media channels for your daily dose of news and sport. I'm Adriel Richard.